Hey, welcome to lesson number 3 of the Easy Outsource to the Philippines free course here on YouTube. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to easily hire the perfect virtual assistant. So we're going to go through the process that about 400 plus people went through with Barak Almog, who's our expert and the guest today. We're going to go and show you how to easily hire a perfect virtual assistant. So this is lesson number 3. As I mentioned, all the playlist of this course is in the description for you. So you can go through all the lessons. And of course, in the end of each lesson, you're also going to have an end screen on YouTube here, which you can click in order to go to the next lesson. And also, there's a special something for you down in the description. There's going to be a link that is a special link for all our viewers. And my name is Vova Evan. I'm a seller on Amazon. Been selling there since late 2016. And I have a special guest today, Barak Almog. He's been mentoring me for over a year and helped me get more people into my business, get virtual assistants essentially to my business. He's the owner of SellerFrame. They help you systemize and outsource people to your businesses, online businesses. I mean, Barak really helped you a lot in many different things. So can you please introduce yourself to us, man? Welcome again.
Yeah. You said it right. I'm the owner of SellerFrame. I help business owners, e-commerce owners to systemize and outsource their processes overseas, automations, and everything that makes the business more efficient. And in this lesson, this is part 3 of a 6 videos.
Yeah.
Series, a course. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the hiring process, the hiring funnel. I'm going to present to you, Vova said before, 400 people passed through that funnel. He didn't talk about sellers. He talked about VAs. I've been in the past 2.5 years. I think this funnel has saw probably about 420 VAs. And those are just the people that I allowed to apply. I talked with probably a couple of thousand in the hiring websites and online jobs and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of present to you my funnel in details. We're going to even give you some handouts. My goal in this is to cut your time spent in hiring. So I want you to eliminate bad candidates as easy as fast as possible, and to kind of reduce the time that you invest in a successful hiring. We're going to see that today.
All the handouts are in the description, by the way. You can get them there as well.
So I think, first of all, a little bit of mindset. So you're going to hire a team member, a VA. You should know that a winning business is first and foremost a winning team. And nothing can happen in your business without a strong team of A players. I mean, if you're going to have, I heard something that I liked, a sentence that I don't remember where I'm quoting it for, that, if you categorize your VAs or team members as A players, B players, C players, and D players, right? A players are the best, the strongest people, and D players obviously are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the D players and the B players that are going to drag down your business, because they're going to be fired immediately. It's going to be the B players, which are kind of just good enough, but are not rising to their potential. Those are the team members, the employees are going to drag your business under. If you're a small online business, you want to thrive in this world, you got to strive to have only A players. And below, there's another sentence that I like. Employee experience is more important than customer experience. Your employees will be happy, your customers will be happy. So that's the essence of them. VA is the best investment that you can make. We kind of talked about it in one of previous lessons. And if you didn't watch them yet, you should definitely stop this video and go back and watch the previous lessons in this series. So VA is the strongest leverage for your time and money. Gives you additional hours to your day. It takes tasks that you don't like, and it allows you to adopt an elevated outlook over your process, which means that you stop being an employee in your business, you start being a manager, able to operate on a strategic level better. Why not hire an expert from Fiverr and Upwork? And when I'm talking about an expert, let's say that you're doing Amazon, drop shipping, or maybe Amazon product research. So you can get someone to work with your processes and systems, or you can find just an expert does product research extremely well, and just delegate to them. So first of all, that's not a follower. And I remind you, a follower is someone that works with your systems and processes. Mm-hmm. And that means that if that expert is going to take over the entire product research and do the job for you, it's going to be, first of all, extremely expensive. Second, and it's even worse, you're going to have no control or will not be able to measure their results, because they're just going to kind of deliver to you your list of products because they're the experts. And there's no way for you to control what they're doing or handing over to you. And finally, usually it's just going to do the same. That expert will hire a team of VAs under them. My previous VA, she had a VA. She had a couple of them. She didn't use them for my business because I told her not to do it. I hired her to do the work. But many VAs, they have VAs today. There's a way to use an expert, and that's shadowing. Basically, that's getting a person to do, if you don't know how to do something, you hire that person temporarily, kind of learn their systems. And if that works well, then you adapt it and you can hire a follower. So why do we need a process? Well, we need a process. Okay, of course, like let's say that you post a job post and then you start interviewing everyone. You're going to spend a lot of time and you're kind of going to exhaust your fuel on people that are not worth it. So you need a process to filter out bad candidates as quickly as possible. And you need a process to reduce the time and effort that you invest in a successful candidate. Okay, so move out the bad matches immediately and be more effective and efficient on a good hire, on a successful hire. Now, below you can see the hiring process steps. I kind of tested with a lot of things. This process was honed over the years. So the first thing I'm going to do is post a job post. I'm going to see how each one of those steps looks like. After I post a job post, I'm going to chat shortly with the candidate just to validate their info, make sure that fit to apply. If they are, I'm going to send them to an application form. From there, I'm going to do a quick overview of their CV. I call it CV screening, their resume, see that they got what it takes. If that works well, I'm going to send them a skill test. And if that works well, I'm going to finally summon them for a personal interview. The most time-consuming steps are in the end. I'm not going to invest a lot of my time until I'm kind of fairly confident that that person is probably a good fit for my business. If you're still looking for motivation, this is actually a negative motivation. Turnover kills businesses. If you don't do this, properly, and you hire the wrong hire and that person quits after 2 or 3 months, and then another one quits after 2 or 3 months, that's going to be very bad news for your business. You don't want that. So who's my ideal candidate? So I'm going to take as an example an Amazon FBA, because that's my world. That's also Bova's world. And you need to kind of adjust it to your business, but it's kind of generic for a follower, for someone who's working with your process. So the first thing I want to do is I want to see 2+ years of experience as a VA working remotely. I want to see that someone hired him and that person can hold a job. That's actually something that you don't really want to compromise on, because someone comes without experience, doesn't matter how good they look on paper, they might not have what it takes, to be disciplined to deliver. I want a high level of English and a high level of communication. Don't compromise on these things, seriously. Get the people that understand you and that they speak English very, very well. Honesty and integrity is something like I'm not even going to compromise on it the slightest. No. This is a trust-based position. That person's got, his hands all over your business. You got to be absolutely 100% trust that person. I want someone energetic, positive, motivated, eager to work with me, because I want someone that I'm going to have fun seeing every day, talking every day. Usually I don't really care about specific experience in e-commerce or Amazon. I want to see maybe a little bit just that they know the terms. I don't need to teach them from scratch, but I don't need to be an expert in any of my processes. That actually sometimes, sometimes it might be even a disadvantage. Someone is an expert in inventory management. They might need to unlearn what they did before you can teach them your process. So, you make the decision for yourself. I don't look for a specific experience with my tasks, and skills are relevant for the job. So if someone is a graphic designer, but that's not the task that I'm hiring for, I'm not really factoring a team. Okay. Where do I find high quality candidates? So basically everywhere, where VAs are hanging out. So there's paid marketplaces like Onlinejobs. We're going to see that in a bit. Freelancer marketplace like Upwork and Fiverr. Now, again, I might find someone suitable there. Some VA, they have accounts there. Just I'm looking for a follower, not an expert. Relevant Facebook groups, which is also okay. Just got to be more kind of careful with your filtering. Friend referrals. If you got a VA, maybe they know someone. and LinkedIn, which I personally don't have any experience with. I use Onlinejobs.Ph. I'm going to leave my link here. Hover will place it below.
Yeah.
That's my affiliate link. It's if you want to use it, it's going to be very nice. I'm going to appreciate it.
Yeah, it's going to support our free content here, and it's Barak's link, and it's to Online Jobs. Means that if you ever do business with Onlinejobs.Ph, he's going to get a little commission from that at no extra cost to you. I guess that's a fair way to support Barak. He's sharing his time, his knowledge of a few good years in the business. So thank you for that. Link is in the description. We appreciate that.
Why we use the paid platform is just simply because the free platforms, and there are a few alternatives, they are flooded with low quality VAs, and you're kind of going to end up wasting more time. Let's go over the hiring process. I actually got a handout for you. So, if you're screenshot or summarizing, I got a handout for you, and I'm going to link it below the video also.
Yeah.
And you can just take it, and everything I show here. The first step is post a job post.
Mm-hmm.
And we got here a job post. I'm going to read it really fast, okay? We are a quickly growing e-commerce brand selling mainly on Amazon FBA in search of A players to join our team. We're looking for hardworking, motivated, experienced VA to join our business family as an Amazon expert virtual assistant. As a VA in our organization, your responsibilities will include customer service, email management, Amazon general tasks, Excel filtering. Actually, I would remove Excel filtering, it's a bit weird. Data management, online research. Training for the position will be provided by us. To apply, you should meet the following requirements: 2+ years experience as a VA working remotely, high level of personal communication, reading, writing, and speaking English at a high level, skillful with office software, hardworking, fast with the computers and internet tasks. If you meet the above requirements and would like to find a long-term workplace where you can grow your skills and abilities in a meaningful position and supportive environment, we would love to hear from you. To apply, reply for this job post. So what are VAs looking to see? So this is something that I got from my own team, from my own VAs. They want to see professional wording. They want to see you don't have any grammar, structure, spelling errors, okay? And they want to see short bullets. So you're going to be easy to read, grasp the eye. Remember, this is marketing. You market yourself.
Yeah.
They want to see a friendly tone. If you sound too demanding, many of those possible candidates, they might be a bit intimidated, and they're just going to skip you because you seem like a tough boss. I didn't put it here, but it's very, very useful to put job perks, like your rate, terms, benefits, if you give raises, bonuses, stuff like that, and put it, it's your selling proposition. Hiring is marketing, I said that. And important, before allowing a candidate to apply, you want to chat with them shortly and verify details. Now, why is that? This is kind of important. We got here, one of my running positions. And I don't hire for my agency. I hire for clients. So this is basically a client account. And I only hire one VA for that client. And that's it. I don't hire for my own agency. And this is a client ad. It's very similar to what you've seen. And you can see that I put here the $3-4 range. This is what, I was aiming for this position. And one reason that I want to chat with that candidate is many candidates, they come fresh out of a course and then they apply, but they don't have any real world experience. And some of them are great people with a lot of potential, but I don't want to take the risk myself. I want someone with 2+ years of experience. So when someone applies, you want to chat with them real shortly and ask them, hey, thank you for applying. Do you have experience? Did you work for anyone as a VA before? If you did, for how long and what did you do? And if they tell you that they have no experience, I usually just keep them because, like I said, I don't want to take the risk, and you can choose for yourself. But I recommend really going for someone with at least 1 year, but better 2 years experience. Second part is send them to application form. Only if I'm happy with them, only then I send them out to my application form. I don't want unfit candidates to clutter my form in my system. Why do I use a form? You're going to see that a lot of them will kind of provide you a mess of information. You don't want to sift and sort through it. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of a standardization of what you want to see. So what do I include? I usually, I just want the full name, the email, the CV. I want their photo, location. I'm going to give you actually a list of questions in the next slide. This allows me also to quickly veto candidates that don't meet requirements. So for example, if someone tells you that their internet speed is only 3 megabytes, I would probably not bother with them. And then you can get first feel of the candidate also, all right? So these are questions that you can potentially ask. Maybe you can add here anything that's relevant to your own task and just go over it yourself and hope it's going to be useful for you. Then the next step is a quick CV screening. What you want to see there, the person applied and they gave you the right answers in the form and you're okay to move on. In the CV screening, I want to see, first of all, the experience that they got. I want to see that they don't have employment gaps, like maybe 5 or 6 years where they didn't work. So maybe someone got 2 years of experience, but they only work in like 2005 or something like that. Then that's obviously not going to work for me. You want to see that the CV looks good and representable, not like, whipped up in Word in 10 minutes. It's important, that's how the person presents themselves. I'd like to see professional photo and not like something weird. And I kind of like to see special skills, but if they, I wouldn't take it too seriously. Still, if someone says that, they're a video editor, I might ask about it later, even if it's not related to the job. If that works, we actually reach to the most important, I think, part. Okay, we got one more. Okay, so send skill test and interview. And the skill test, super, super, super important, right? Skill test is where we're trying to see if they walk the talk, if they are standing behind what they claim that they can do. They're as good as they say that they are, right? Vova, when we hired a video editor for you, we created a skill test, right? We created a 5 minutes short video with some instructions what to do. You remember we vetted out like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Really helped you kind of focus on someone that, because you see how they're going to work with you, what they're going to be able to deliver. Skill test is super important. What we are doing, actually, the questions that we're using, it's a little bit more elaborated, more expanded than what I sent to them. But this is the essence of the question. And by the way, we got this also in my handout, so you don't need to remember all of that.
It's linked in the description, as all the other things in this video that we mentioned. Yeah,
this is the skill test, right? Customer communication. I want to see how they, how they communicate, how they write, if it looks good, organized. I want to see how they do with Excel. And I give them a bonus research question. And it's a bonus specifically to see if they're going to answer it. Because if someone sees a bonus and they don't answer it, then that shows me that person just doesn't want the job enough. And then I need to decide if I want them or not. I do it much more complicated. I ask them to record themselves and to explain what they're doing. It really teaches you a lot on the person that you're going to insert your business. Don't skip it. Whatever the task is, if that looks complicated to you, then my advice to you would be, let's say that you want to hire someone for customer service, then just go over your past tasks in customer service. And one of those tasks, the thing that you did yourself in the past days or weeks, that's going to be a question for your skill test. Skill test, sorry. Okay, it just got to be as similar to the position as possible. That's it. The last step is the personal interview. If that person, if I'm happy with the skill test and I think that they can deliver, the promise, I'm going to summon them for an interview. And it's going to be a chat interview. What I'm going to be looking for is, first of all, positive character and attitude. I'm inviting them to a Slack channel. You can do it in WhatsApp or in Skype or any other chat method. You can also do a Zoom interview, but in my experience, that doesn't reflect how the candidate will work with you. You want to test them in the same medium where you're going to work with them. If it's going to be a virtual assistant, they're going to work with you with a chat with them. That's how you're going to do the interview. So we want to see that they have positive character and attitude. We want to see that they're want to test their dedication and motivation and how eager they are. You're going to see that from how they write. You want to see how they communicate, their language, their wording, and finally the typing speed. If I ask a VA a question and they're only able to answer me after 5 minutes, well, for me, it's going to drive me crazy. I don't think I will work with that person. Basically, in the chat, you want to see, you want to look for red flags. And I'll tell you, if you're not sure about what red flags are, just trust me, interview 3 to 5 people, and you're gonna know what to do. Okay? It doesn't take a lot. You get the feel. On the right here, you got set of personal interview questions. I'm not gonna read them because I don't want to make this video too long. It's just take them and add on them. And my tip for you is that when you actually interview the person, don't stick to it. You try to get to know that person. You go with the flow, go with the conversation. If they tell you about their remote position, ask more questions. Ask what they did and stuff. Okay, go with the conversation, and that's gonna give you a good feel of that person. All right, that's it. Basically, the action items are, it's kind of just follow the funnel and do it, a couple of times that you go over each of those steps, and you're going to feel like experts, and just do it, use it or lose it. And I think that's it for this lecture. I hope it wasn't too long, and I hope it was interesting. The next lesson that's coming up is the tool that we need to manage our VA effectively. That's the company wiki with the processes. That's the task management. We're going to see all of these things in action. Stick around. It's going to be really, really interesting.
So the end screen here is going to appear on the screen. We can click it now to go to the next lesson. Whereas Barak mentioned tools you need to manage your VA effectively. We have also Barak's contacts here in case you want to contact him, and all the handouts from this lesson are in the description. All the links to online jobs and as well all the handouts are down in the description. You're welcome to continue to the next lesson, and let's go check out the tools. We're going to see you there.